Good morning. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Euston Wall. Not been here for a little while now actually, so yeah, it's quite good to be back. There's some new sets being set up right now. Obviously they're not finished yet though, so I can't climb on them just yet. So I have to come back a bit later for those, but still on the one arm stuff. Frustrating, yeah, can't really do anything about it. So just using the right hand, try this one's chalked up and this one isn't. They're really limiting the amount that I'm going to use this still till it recovers properly. But yeah, there's a few climbs in this section. This is more of a slab and then this is slightly overhanging, but there's some easier climbs on here. But I'm going to try an attack with just one hand. I think I might have done some of these for some videos before with two hands, but yeah, for the sake of this video I'm going to do them with one hand, see if we can get them completed. I'm going to start off with this blue V2, which starts two hands on this and then goes up to the top hold up here. See how we go. Nope. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough this one. There's not really any feet where I need them in this area on the left side, because obviously you're supposed to use your left hand instead. So yeah, going to have to figure out a way to maybe use one of the lower holds to try and sink my body weight across to the right a bit more. But yeah, it's pretty vertical really this wall. It's not really much of a slab at all. Oh, I just didn't quite get my foot enough over to the side here. It would be a tiny edge to aim for. But yeah, to get my weight able to push into that and keep my body to the right. Because I need to catch that hold obviously with my weight to the right side. It's very challenging to get into a position to do that with just one hand. It's quite physical this as well. Okay, I'm going to try this yellow V1 now. I've done this before, this is from the comp of Guess the Grade. I thought it was V1, V2, so somewhat tricky with two hands, but I don't think that should affect doing it with one hand too badly. It looks quite good for the right hand, as long as I get my body positioning well with the feet. So I think the tricky bit might be the start, getting set and going up. Once I've grabbed this hold, it's going to require me to pull very hard with my heel on the left to keep myself from swinging up in the wall, so we'll see how that goes. That was challenging. I'm really happy with how I positioned my body there. Really tricky to figure out what best to do in terms of heel hooking or stepping on holds. And yeah, I've burnt quite a lot of energy. I'm very pumped. I also did a gym session before this, so I'm actually really tired beforehand, but yeah. I'm glad with how I managed to figure out the last move. That was quite tricky once I got my right hand up. A lot of trust to the feet. These are quite slippy. It's yeah, tough to balance on these and trust it mentally is the hardest part of doing that. But yeah, really happy that I managed to send that one in. Okay, I'm going to move on to this red V0 now, and yeah, this one's going to be a little bit different. So this main feature in the middle is the most overhung section of the route, which is where the finish is. This is slightly overhung as well, this wall, this side, where these holds are, and then that's pretty vertical on the left. So realistically going to try to keep my hips as close to the vertical as I can, because they'll stay further in. And then yeah, I'll probably have to dead point a fair bit to these holds, because obviously being on an overhang, yeah, I'm going to have to move with momentum to reach the next ones. But yeah, I'll see if I can position my body as effectively as possible, as usual, just to make that as easy a process as I can. Yeah, decent little route, that one. Yeah, certainly towards the end when I can get my feet on both these two, made it a lot easier. And I think I was quite smart at the start with how I positioned myself, using my right hand on that rather than this one. And I skipped quite a few of these holes that would have been trickier to navigate, so pretty happy with that. Okay, I'm just looking at this orange V1 behind me now, and what I find one of the hardest things to do on climbing routes a lot of the time is figure out if I can reach holds. So what I mean by that, I'll give you an example on this one specifically, is because I can only use my right hand, it's going to be pretty tricky to go out to that left hold out wide with just my right hand, to then move up to the right side again, because that hold is pulling to the right as well. So generating from that, I'm kind of pulling in the wrong direction to reach up to the right hold. So I think I need to skip that and pull from this with my foot on here and reach the third last hold. But trying to figure out from the ground if I can actually reach that distance, it's quite tough. I think it might be just about doable, but it's, yeah, this is something that I struggle with quite a lot, is knowing what kind of distance I can actually reach when I'm on the wall. So, I mean, the only way to find out is actually to try, so I'm going to do that now, but I think it's just within my limits, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Oh, wicked. Yeah, turns out I actually read that perfectly. I ended up using this volume, which I didn't even see before when I was looking at it. But yeah, used that feet, which made me able to get my left foot up high enough, because the hardest point was really getting set on that hold, because this hold is pretty close to that. I don't have a second hand to hold onto the ball with, so yeah, it was quite effective to be able to use the volume to get the foot up. But yeah, really glad that I judged that pretty perfectly with the dead point, and also knowing I could reach it as well. Okay, I'm going to try the red V3 behind me this time. I've done this one as well, obviously with two hands before. But yeah, doing it with one, which is just the right hand, I think it's going to be more challenging. Thankfully, there's a lot of leopard pulling holds towards the end, but you would normally cross over the left hand, so I'm probably going to have to bump up each of them and maintain my balance, which is going to be tough. But I think it should be doable. We shall see. about managed it in the end. Yeah, a really tricky section, figuring out my feet, thinking where my hips are going to move to, and just trying to stop that swing at the end, but thankfully placed my left foot well when I changed, quite dynamically on this hold, and then yeah, managed to flag out early enough with the right to catch the swing at the end. So yeah, it was good fun and challenging. Okay, I'm going to try this white B3 that I've done before with two hands, but obviously going to try it with just the right hand. I think it's quite suited to that, a lot of leftward pulling holds, and yeah, I shouldn't really need to use the left hand too much, so I think we can probably do this one with just one hand. And just see if I can push and swing into that.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, thank you. I was second guessing whether that was going to be possible or not, but yeah, Cam from the gym, he suggested doing it with my back to the wall, which I tried in the end, and yeah, just managed to use my momentum right and figured out the end well. So shout out to Cam. A little bit of a change. Best way to what? Stretch. Yeah, yes, yeah. Oh, that's just so far. It's just so challenging.
Very hard to explode.
Yeah, because it's quite low, that hold as well, relative to your feet, so pulling from that, it's really tough.
What about, you're not allowed to hold anything, right? You could maybe do a fist jam with the left hand.
Fist jam would be a bad idea, I think, for what
Really?
I've done. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just trying not to use it at all. Keeps things spicy, you know? It just feels so awkward to come into that. I think it has to go all the way. I'm just not committing to it fully, I don't think, because I'm quite scared about falling into that.
I don't even have the strength to go for it. So you have the strength to get further.
I think you do.
Or you're just not committing.
I think you do. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well strong, man.
Where was your right foot here?
Yeah, right foot on this one here, and then left foot on this. And then just Hail Mary, pull hard and go for it.
So maybe it's me not committing as well. Maybe it's my mental. It's a mental block.
I think it can be, but it is very scary to go for that, because you know that even if you do catch it, your body weight is all coming swinging through the right hand and your head's coming towards the wall, so it's pretty scary.
Yeah. I think I'm good. I don't want to really land.
No, that's fair enough, mate. I understand that. I mean, this is quite stupid what I'm doing, but I've got nothing else I can really do. So as you may have heard at the end of the last clip, I don't think I'm committed fully to this. I think I can do it, but it's the consequences of failing, which is why I'm not. So because that hold that I'm going for is pulling to the right as well, I've got nothing to resist the swing coming this way. So if I catch that, my body is going to swing. I'm going to hit the wall probably back here. That's the problem, is that I've got a wall on this side as well. I can't bail out and fall away. I'm just going to be slamming straight into this, unsighted as well, because my head's going to be turning this way. So I think this is more of a mental block than anything else. I'm going to try it again and see if I can do it, but it's, mentally it's very difficult to commit to that move because of it's pretty high risk if I get it wrong. So okay, I'm now thinking instead, my foot's currently on top of this. I might see if I can get a heel in there instead. Pull really hard with that. It's going to make it harder to generate to push to that, but at least it will mean I'll catch the swing and stop swinging out, which should mean I can land that move. So yeah, I might try that in a second after a bit of a rest. If that doesn't work, I'll have to push like I was doing with my foot from the top, and then change it mid-air whilst trying to catch that to put a heel in here, which is going to be very challenging. But yeah, I'll have a little rest and then try that in a minute. Ow. Absolutely slammed my knee into something there, I'm not sure what. Feels like I whacked a funny bone, basically. Yeah, that was quite nasty. Things like that, those kind of falls that make you reconsider whether you're going to climb that again or not. Yeah, that was quite painful. Yeah, just going to have a breather and then assess whether I'm going to have another go at that or not. Yeah, that was painful. It was on this hold that my knee smacked as my foot slipped. What happened is that I lost the tension through the left toe as I went dynamically to the hold. Obviously the amount of pressure and force through the hold decreased because I pushed off towards that, and because of that I lost friction and the foot came off, and when the foot popped it slid in this way and my knee smacked against this. So the concern is that I fell in quite an awkward way, and yeah, I was close to landing pretty badly on my finger again. So kind of, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give this one many more goes. I will give it one more go. See if we can stick that move, because if we can do that move then I'll be able to send it. If I don't get it this try, then done. End of my attempts on this. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So close though. Oh, I wasn't fully committal, but I managed to keep the tension through the toe a little bit more that time. It feels more doable, but I did say that's going to be my last go. I'm going to actually leave it at that. I don't want to do anything stupid and injure myself again on this one, so I'm going to call it a day there. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. That was quite a fun session actually. Did a few routes that I sort of surprised myself on. Got the white one at the end there. Yeah, really surprised I managed to land that. But yeah, it was good fun trying that again with the one hand. I think I'm definitely getting pretty good at the kind of body positioning and the movements of just using my right hand. It'll be interesting to see how good my left hand would compare when I come back to be able to use it. To see how good I'd be at doing it with just the left hand instead. But yeah, it's good to, like I say, as always, get some good movements, use my body positioning, footwork, think about different things on the walls. It's a good way of making easy routes a lot harder and a lot more enjoyable. So, but yeah, the few that were a little bit sketchy in there, like the blue V2, yeah, that was a bit risky. So I obviously don't want to injure myself again. I hate being injured. It's been so frustrating this past few weeks to not be able to climb properly. So yeah, I don't want to, by doing this, injure myself further. So I'm going to be a little bit sensible, try to be a little bit more sensible in the coming videos so I don't risk injuring myself again. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. It was good fun to make today. So yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out loads. But yeah, most importantly, as always, as you know, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.